Before we get started, a big thank you to all of my supporters over on Patreon and on Twitch, with the Patreon people coming up on screen now. A big thank you to my legendary supporters, Mike, Kira, Truck Driving Gamer, and Obi-Wan Kanzi. Thank you guys, I really very much appreciate it. If you would like to help support me and the channel, then you can head over to twitch.tv/mandatoryquest and drop a sub over there. Or you can go over to patreon.com/mandatoryquest and become a Patreon member for some early access to some videos and some behind the scenes stuff. We are doing scenario number 15, which is called Ancient Spire. This is a scenario that we unlocked through the Unfettered quest line. So we unlocked it a fair while ago. If you're watching on YouTube, the episodes, I can't remember what episode it was, but it was a fair while ago. Then we kind of got sidetracked where we were trying to retire our drifter. So we were spending a lot of time doing that. So we kind of shelved this kind of quest chain. And now we're back. So Ancient Spire is the one that is the giant big sticker on the board. So if you remember sticking it down, I'll show you guys quickly. It is indeed this big one here. And as you can see, the sticker is in the crease and it's starting to come out. But yeah, that is the one. So that is where we are going back. And this scenario looks like it's got one hell of a lot of funky rules and weird stuff going on. It looks like it's going to be an interesting one. And I'm very happy that I actually managed to get it all on screen. I was very worried I would not be able to get it all on screen. So, but before we do any of that, we do need to do a road event. Winter road event number 10. Immunity to wound. Yeah, a little bit annoying, but we could also go for the other build and we could maybe go poison on these guys instead, maybe. I mean, this might not be a great scenario for the Deep Wraith because there's also the ruined machines are also listed on the enemy types. So, you know, I think it could be a pretty bad. It could be pretty bad, let's say. Okay, so let's. Winter Road event number 10. Countertop toaster oven, not an actual oven, probably an American thing. Are those the things that have? I'm literally Googling. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, they're like, I think we would just call them like mini ovens here. Like, yeah, like a tabletop oven or a mini oven, I think. But yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, we do have that kind of thing here. They're less common. They're not really like a common thing, but yeah, they kind of exist. Like I have like our microwave is like a combination oven, so we kind of fit into this kind of thing. Like we have a microwave that kind of has that function. So yeah, I'm with you. Right, let us do this road event. Road event number 10.
A clanking ahead causes you to take cover behind some trees. Metal banging against metal this far out into the wilderness can mean only one thing. The mechanical creatures that roam these parts are nearby. It's too cold to pick fights unnecessarily. Best to hide until they pass by and hope they don't detect you. It's been quite a while, and the longer the clanking continues, the more something seems wrong. It's intermittent and chaotic. Cautiously emerging from your hiding spot, you sneak a peek at the machine up the road. You were wrong. It's not one automaton, it's two, but they seem to be stuck together. Their legs push against each other, trying to push themselves apart. They struggle, gears grinding, then they slip and collapse to the ground. Option A. They can't stand, let alone fight. Best to smash them while you have the chance. Option B. This is a rare chance to study how the machines work without getting sliced to pieces. Get closer and try to understand why these two are stuck together.
Okay, poll is up, guys. Option A, they can't stand, let alone fight. Best to smash them while you have the chance. Option B, this is a rare chance to study how the machines work without getting sliced to pieces. Get closer and try to understand why these two are stuck together. Also, can we appreciate that this is very thematic for where we are going? I think that this is a excellent road event pull for the scenario we're going through. Smash them, of course. I mean, I know you guys are gonna smash them. it's a trap. It could be. What are my party's traits? My party's traits are armored, intimidating, nimble, and nimble, outcast, resourceful. That influenced your vote. Okay. Option B. Wow. Resounding option B as well. You guys went... That is very surprising. You guys usually crave violence. I can't believe that you've gone with a non-violent option. That's shocking. Okay. Option B it is then.
You approach the two creatures cautiously, weapon sheathed. They freeze as they see you approach, and you make a show of your empty hands.
Threat assessment minimal.
One of the machines screeches and turns away from you.
He's a Dalek.
They don't appear to be attached or tied together. Their metal bodies just seem unable to move away. You watch as they activate cutting tools, slice off the stuck parts of each other's bodies and free themselves. They hobble away into the woods. Sorting through the remains, you find the metal piece that was causing all the trouble.
Ooh. We gain an attractive bracelet. Ah. So there was no influence on our traits there, guys, but if it makes you feel better. I feel like if you did go B because of the traits, you were probably... You were on the right ballpark anyway, you know? You're on the right path. So we gain item 167 called Attractive Bracelet. The other way would have just been bad for us, so good call, everybody. Nothing good comes of the other way. Aha! Small item. At the start of an enemy's turn, before it determines its focus, perform pull 4, target the enemy, range 5 model. What? Oh my word. Another amazing item for the trapper? What? Dude. Okay. Okay then.
Nice.
We seem to be getting some really nice items here, huh? Really nice. It's a magnet? Yeah, I think it is a magnet, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it's got like, it's kind of hard for you guys maybe to see, but there's these kind of like little like lines kind of emanating from it, like kind of showing that it has like some sort of magnetic poles to it. Cool. Well, we don't have enough space for it. I mean, maybe I should bring it for this scenario, because poison's going to be probably pretty bad, to be honest, this scenario. Maybe not, but I feel like this is the kind of item that I could give maybe to the Deep Wraith instead. Because then we're going to have a couple of nice items on both characters, and obviously the Deep Wraith needs to collect small items for their retirement, so I'm going to give it to the Deep Wraith, I think. Because it doesn't really matter who uses it, right? Because it's at the start of an enemy's turn. So either of my two characters can have it. I mean, no difference there. Nice. Stampot may be worse for the three of the traps somehow. Yeah, it's kind of weird to say that, right? To think that, oh yeah, we don't want to take stamina potions. It's odd. Lurker, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the quest. Hope you're doing well. Feel free to lurk to your heart's content. Just did the scenario yesterday, found it surprisingly easy. You're here to speak. Oh, good. Also speak away. That's awesome. I don't know. This might be a tricky one for my party. I don't know. I don't know much about this scenario. We'll have to see as we go. Right, where are we going? Scenario 15, Ancient Spire. All right. Onwards. Oh, nearly accidentally pressed the conclusion. Oh, it's a long one.
The spire towers over the barren wastes, riveted metal covered in a thick lens of ice.
These are just robotic strike fiends? No! My worst enemy!
Oak, cutting through the daylight and casting a long, foreboding shadow onto the snowy plain like some nefarious sundial. The opening mechanism on the black iron door is wholly foreign, but with a good deal of tinkering and prying, you finally manage to force it open and are greeted by a sudden blast of arid heat. Inside is a wide, echoing chamber filled with cogs and pistons and dozens of scampering, mechanical creatures. The creatures pay you no attention at all and instead hurry about, carrying armfuls of debris down a single immense hallway. Meeting no resistance, you make your way inside the tower and travel down the main hallway until it empties into a wide circular room, where an enormous beam of sanguine energy crackles and hums, shooting up from the chamber's floor and piercing the ceiling. It's as if a small sun was harnessed and imprisoned inside this tower. This main chamber is filled with even more mechanical creatures. They still pay you no attention, but as some of them pass by, you manage to get a closer look at what they're carrying, and the sight of it cools your blood. Body parts, arms and legs and torsos cut from all manner of animals, but you notice some Ulgok's parts as well are being carried about as if they were coal in a furnace room. The scale of the slaughter is staggering as you consider the number of automatons scurrying through the chamber, carrying their loads down a stairwell on the other side. Just then, a ghastly-looking creature made of swirling prismatic smoke and a hard, gnarled shell moves out from behind a row of metal boxes and catches sight of you, releasing a high, visceral screech.
Mortal scum! You dared intrude here with your filthy blood! I will take pleasure in using your limbs to complete the cycle!
The demon rakes a hand over a nearby panel of lights, and responding as one, the entire horde of automatons all cease moving. Their gruesome cargo drops to the floor, and then, slowly, they advance toward you.
Whoa. Is this the official companion app that's reading the road events for the Scenario Show? It is, yes. Huh? Okay, wow. That is some pretty dark stuff right there, folks. Special rules! The Chaos Demon is the Chaos Lieutenant. It is immune to disarm and stun. At the end of each round, in addition to its normal turn in initiative order, it performs a heal X self, where X is R times L divided by 2, rounded down. And R is the number of ruined machines currently on the map. So it's number of ruined machines times by the scenario level divided by 2, rounded down is the heal amount. At the start of each round, spawn one normal ruin machine at C. Sorry, at the start of each even round. All hexes on tile 15D, which is the big one here, are treated as in range of any abilities performed on tiles 1B and 6B. Regardless of the actual range or line of sight. In addition, all hexes on tile 15D are considered the same distance away from tiles 1B and 6B for the purpose of focusing with ranged attacks. All hexes on tile 15D are considered the same distance away. Okay. So basically, if you're here or if you're here, if there's an enemy on this, they basically treat them both as being the same number of hexes away. Gotcha. Any character can spend 2 movement points to move from any hex A to B. B? All characters can no longer... Oh, when any character enters tile 1B, 2H or 6B, so those 3, all characters can no longer teleport from tile 15D to any other tile or move from A to B. So only one person can be up there then. So basically we can put, one person can go up here, but then that's it. No more. The mezzanine, yeah. So that's the mezzanine. Okay. Scenario goals. The scenario is complete when the Chaos Lieutenant is dead. At the end of that round, read 70.3. Okay. Doesn't seem too bad. Very self-contained scenario, right? So what do these bolt shooters have? They have 9 health, they have target 3, and they're immune to wound, okay. Battle goal time, I guess. I forgot to turn you guys on over here. Which one of these characters has a boss kill card? Like none of them have like a strict up boss kill card. I guess you would say... I mean, the thing is that traps are really good. So getting the Chaos Demon through traps is always going to be just great, right? True damage. But I would say that probably the Trapper would be better placed on the ground floor, maybe, to use traps to gum stuff up. I don't know. Okay, 3 for the Trapper. Oh, got 2. Oh, Prepper. Perform no attack abilities in the first 3 rounds. That's something that we can do. I mean, easy. Layabout, gain 7 or fewer experience points before any bonus. This is the kind of thing that could just happen if this is a short scenario, which this to me looks like it could be a very short scenario because, you know, we already know what the goal is, kill this, and we have a very clear path and route to doing that. Obviously, a lot of things are going to change over the course of it, but we have a very clear way of doing it. Bane would be good on the boss if he didn't heal every turn. Yeah, that is true. Although saying that, he does it at the end of each round he heals. So, and it's at the end of their next turn. So if you go before Bane, it will do its normal turn. Then it would take the Bane damage, then it would do a heal at the end. The Bane still works, right? Because he's healing at the end of each round, not at the end of each turn. So I think Bane could still work here. You just have to time it right. And then the last one is Streamliner, sorry. Have 5 or fewer total cards in your hand to discard. I don't feel like that one's even gonna happen. If it's a short scenario, then that won't happen at all. Going before Chaos Team. Hey, they don't always draw the 2 or whatever it is. There are 2. Does the Bane have targeting requirements? Since this is a named enemy, could it be that some Banes don't work? Possibly. I guess it depends on the wording on the card. That's a good point. It does specify normal or elite enemy on the actual card. So yeah, I would say you couldn't Bane him anyway. Yeah. Yeah, good observation. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to use our only Bane anyway. Perform no attack abilities in the first 3 rounds. It feels very possible. Or just gain 7 or fewer experience points is also just super easy to do. Let's do layabout. I mean, I may want to actually attack something in the first few rounds. Let's do layabout. Easier. Okay. For the Deep Wraith, we have Wallflower. Scrambler, Shirker. Could try and do Scrambler for an easy one. It's kind of scenario that we could have an easy Scrambler. Wallflower is also something that could be possible if we were to send the Deep Wraith off. Which we may well do. Yeah, we could probably do Wallflower. Let's try Wallflower. Let's give it a go. All right. Challenges. Let's draw a challenge. Arcane Tactics. Whenever 1 or more elements move from waning to inert, at the end of a round, 1 character suffers hazardous terrain damage. Do we even really... Chaos Demons create a lot of elements, right? From memory? Well, they only have 1 card that creates them, but there's a good chance that when they do that, these guys don't use it. What's hazardous terrain damage? 2. In terms of elements that we create dark, and that's it. And this does say whenever 1 or more, so we would only take 2 damage when that kind of happens. I think we can probably do Arcane Tactics. I think it's possible. Okay. So the next thing we need to do, I think, is probably look at our cards a little bit, because this is the type of scenario where We probably aren't going to be able to play exactly how we usually do. To be honest, maybe Staring into the Abyss is not a great card if we're going to be going after the demon with a Deep Wraith. Maybe we want some better cards for that. Chaos Demon doesn't move with melee abilities, you guessed right? No path down for him? Yeah, I would assume so, right? He can't move down. Kind of forces us to have to go to him. Can we play Skull Collection? I mean, I guess we're also against the Ruin Machine. How do the Ruin Machines? They get spawned in, right? Yeah. Aren't they immune to stuff as well? Poison. So one of them's like they're immune to wound. These guys are immune to poison. Well, I guess the thing is that they're probably gonna die, and then I just have to deal with Ruined Machines, right? Yeah, I've only got these two guys, and then it's just Ruined Machines, which are immune to poison, which we're not going to be playing with. I think we might be okay, actually. I think we might be okay. I think we can play this. Yeah, the Chaos Demon will focus us because basically this is considered to be within line of sight of this. As the FAQ says, consider it to be like they're on scaffolding, right? Imagine that this is like the ground floor here, and this is like actually elevated around. Like, so it's kind of like we're on like the ground floor and we're looking up. So if the Chaos Demon is here, it can fire down here. That's the general like thematic reasoning there. Okay, so I think we're good. In terms of cards, maybe for the Trapper, is there anything I need to change there? I don't really think so. I guess invisibility would be quite good. Yeah, I think Furry Facade might actually be quite nice, because if this scenario is a little bit of a durdle scenario, then the Trapper can stay on the ground floor and just kind of durdle around for a little bit. Probably get rid of Dismantle, because I think I'll probably just want to keep the traps up. So one guy kills the boss to source the healing, and the other one kills the boss. Sounds simple. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. But remember that he only heals with the number of ruined machines. It doesn't matter about these guys. Although obviously it's probably better for me to try and do some damage to them as we start. Okay, cool. I think that all makes pretty good sense. So we'll just get rid of that because there isn't one of those, but we've got it there for when we need it. Okay. Starting hexes, I think we're pretty much exactly where we're supposed to be. Yeah. Although we can start there. I mean, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They're both 3 away. I have to give up 2 points of movement, though, in order to go through. So that's something to consider here. Guess that means teleports don't work great, huh? Can the trapper throw traps up onto mezzanine parts of the board? No, I don't think so. Cloak HP, thank you. Okay, so deep wave, I think we're just gonna try and get ourselves close, and we're going up there pretty quick. I don't know what kind of range these guys have. What's their range? It doesn't say. Of course it doesn't. Okay, they are shielding and healing themselves for 3. That's good news, I guess. Okay, so first up we'll do Boar Catcher. Do 2 1 damage traps. Then we're going to move 3 and create a heal 2 trap. Nice. That's the 4 damage trap. Oh, whoops. I meant to play Caltrops. I completely whiffed on the card. Always turn 1 Caltrops. Deep Wraith. Teleport 3.
Nice.
We will muddle. What number is this? Number 4. Get muddled. And then we will use Hollow Aura. So we'll do an attack of 3, PS2. 2. Create dark. Hey, Alok. How's it going, bud? Okay. So the Chaos Lieutenant doesn't do anything because he's doing a melee attack. So he just sort of sits there. And that is end of round. So beginning of this round, we spawn 1 normal Ruin Machine. Okay. So the question is, do we want the Deep Wraith to go up? I kind of feel like we may as well. We've got Dark there, which I should probably use. It says to give up movement, right? Which is kind of weird. Like, give up movement. Two movement points, and teleport not being movement is a thing here, huh? I don't really like this initiative, but I don't really want to waste one of my other great cards here. We're just trying to attack and then go through, I think. Ruin Machines are also Ruin Machines are melee, right? For the most part, I think. Yeah, I think so. Did I get the card that poisons? No, I didn't. I decided against it. If you want about Bone Collector, I decided not to play Bone Collector this game. I think we just put up the force fields, right? Aha! Something is gonna happen. Right. All hexes are treated as in range of any abilities performed on tiles 1B and 6B, regardless of the actual range or line of sight. So that means that he would just go... Any ranged abilities. That's the errata. So he would go like... Would he even go one step further, I guess? One step further, I guess? Right? Move 2 away from the edge. It says all hexes on tile 15D are treated as in range of any abilities performed on tiles 1B and 6B, regardless of the actual range or line of sight. So it's like they have infinite range, right? So essentially it would just go one tile into this room, because if it has range of everything in this tile from anywhere in these tiles, therefore it would not need to move once it's on here, regardless of the range that it has, right? And it would break, focus would be broken purely by initiative values here, right? So he would attack the trapper, right? Range 2, so it should be 2 from the edge. No, I don't think so, because it says all hexes on this are treated as in range of any ranged ability performed on tiles 1B and 6B. Regardless of the actual range or its line of sight. In addition, all hexes on tile 15D are considered the same distance away from tiles 1B and 6B for the purposes of focusing with ranged attacks. So it wouldn't move anymore unless someone is in its face. Yeah, like that's where I think the rules leave it to me. Like, okay, he's now in range of everything and anything and everything here. So I think he attacks the trapper. I think that's how that's supposed to work. So he's gonna attack the trapper. He's a scary guy. So he has disadvantage. Cured leather armor to the rescue. I'm right there. I'm pretty sure you played this one wrong. I think I wouldn't be surprised. It might not have made a huge difference, but it feels this. Yeah, the rules are like a bit odd. Because otherwise he would just, you know, you could in theory, like, I don't know, get him really close to you. Like this way I actually have to chase him. I have to actually go and get him. Yeah, this is just a duel race. Yeah, it is. It's like, we know we're probably going to die. We just need to do enough. So the bolt shooters apparently have range 5, which is not something that I like to see. Let's attack 3 as well. I guess I could move a little bit. Okay, so I'll play Boar Catcher. Create 1 4 damage trap. Now I'll play the Boar Catcher. And I was going to relocate some traps, but actually what I'll do is I'll just move on to this, I think. Which gets me a nice heal too. Because otherwise we'd be in range of this, right? Yeah. Kill as many Ruin Boys? Yeah. I guess it's going to be tough, actually. Very tough to do that. Right, so first off, we're going to use Black Scythe. So we are going to consume the dark here. Gain an XP on our Deep Wraith. And we are going to attack for 4 with Curse on number 4. Orb of Curse. 5. 5. And a Curse. Not too shabby. Then I think we honestly just sacrifice this bottom of this card to just go up onto B. I think that's what we need to do. You know, we're going to have to do it at some point. Now if he now I kind of want him to play a melee attack, right? On the next turn, because then he'll move even closer. That would be good. Newt. Growth Seed Obstacle could be big to block some runes. Yeah, it could be. I don't think we need it quite yet though, right? But yeah, we'll wait for the opportune moment. I need to kill this thing. This thing I'm not so worried about. This thing I'm worried about for sure. Okay, so here go the bolt shooter. This one's not going to do anything. This is going to attack both my guys for 3. Now already has muddle, so that's good. So we'll attack, I guess it will attack the... hang on. He's not currently... they can't hit him now, right? Because it says all hexes on tile 15D are treated as in range of any abilities. On tiles 1B and 6B. It doesn't say the other way around that, oh yeah, like he's in another... I don't think he can be targeted anymore. I don't think he can be targeted anymore. Can attack down but not up. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So it is just going to be an attack on our... from here. So it's going to be an attack of 3 with disadvantage. I mean, I guess we have to use the leather armor, unfortunately. Kind of blows. Even though it's already muddled. +1. So that's 4 damage to the trapper. Yikes. All right, next round then. Trapper's already a little bit low. Oh god, and with no good initiative. Might be short resting already. Why did I go through all of my early initiatives? That's dumb. How much health do these guys have? 6. I think on my Deep Wraith, I honestly just want to use Mantle of Dread here, I think. Okay, how... This is, like, kind of important. How does a card like this interact with this scenario from the top level, right? It says stun. Range 1. Is it a ranged ability? If so, regardless of range or line of sight, once I am up there, I can in theory stun absolutely anything, right? That I want. Okay, that's good to know. This is a pretty cool way to split the party, but still be able to help each other. Yeah. Just feels like a little bit cheeky because it's almost like it's a melee ability, but it actually specifies like a range 1. Presumably because maybe there might be a way to extend it with an item or something. All right, so we're gonna go super late. Do we think 35 is going to be early enough initiative here? These bolt shooters don't seem to go that early, do they? What were their initiative draws so far? 83. That was a pretty nasty one. And they had a really early one that just shield and healed. Like, it wasn't that bad. Okay. Yeah, I can go that, 45. Let's give it a go. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I can use my boots, couldn't I? To avoid getting hit here. It's an attack of 1. Yeah, sure. Okay. Right, move 1 invisible. Then I'm going to play Unavoidable Outcome bottom for the first time, which says, on the next instance of an enemy ending its movement in a hex adjacent to any trap, regardless of your line of sight, bring 1 trap adjacent to the enemy and apply its conditions. Specifically ending its movement, so it might not always go off. Where can you guys see? I guess I just put it down here for now. I'm trying to remember it. Oh no, you guys could probably see up onto the right there. Oh, there you go. Perfect, almost like I planned it. Okay, so Ruin Machines doesn't do anything. Should we have spawned a Ruin Machine? No, we shouldn't, because it's round 3. You don't do anything. Okay. He's gonna go try and do a melee attack. 1, 2, 3. Nice. This is what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. Thank you, Mr. Chaos Lieutenant. So these guys aren't going to do anything because they can't see anybody. Because we're on the next floor up. Can't see us. Can't see the trapper because they are invisible. So the bolt shooters do nothing. Nada. Attack 0? Yeah, attack... I mean, like, it would be attack 0 just so that it gets to roll a card, right? So although it's like attack 0, it would give it the opportunity to flip a +1, a +2. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Lion Weight Top. I am going to consume a trophy to add an extra target to this. And I'm going to target anything in here because I can literally target anything. So I'm just going to give 2 curses. Boom, boom. Into these guys. -1 and -2 heals you, right? It should do. Then we got Mantle of Dread. So I'm going to create Dark. Gain 2 XP. And now we got the combo. Now we're ready to go. You guys see that there? No, you can't. It's going to have to come over here. Right, spawn a ruined machine at sea. Three curses? Why 3? Oh, it's target 3. Oh, so I didn't need to spend the trophy actually, did I? Because it's target 3. Good catch. Sorry, for some reason I read that as I don't know why I didn't read that as target 3. I just completely... I don't know. I'm losing my mind. So that's number 8. Okay, so I could long rest on my trapper here, and like it's actually fair to just long rest here, I think. The thing is that I want to kill the ruined machines, but I don't necessarily need to. Poison is going to absolutely just block the heal every time, and I just need to man fight this guy. He's on 14, like it's not that hard. I could probably do it across 2 to 3 different I mean, how much does he even heal anyway? He heals... What level are we on? 2. So at the moment he would heal 2. He would do a heal 2 right now. I guess it's just a bit frustrating with the heal 2. But to be honest, I should easily be able to get him here. There's got to be a way of doing this. Hang on. I can immobilize that. I think I can get a Bane on him this turn, chat. I can go immobilize, and muddle, or immobilize and wound, poison, bane. Poison then blocks the heal. the next turn he's dead. We could win in like two, three rounds, depending on what comes up. Hey, VJ. I think we short rest here. We go for it and see what we can do. He's healed the exact number of ruin machines since I am level 2. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I can shorthand the math, really, right? Because it's divided by 2. Oh, I can't bane the boss, can I? God damn it! We went through this. You're right. We went through this the whole time. I'm not allowed to bane bosses. We've come up with this already. Okay. It's like I just cut that thing out of my mind again. I was like, oh yeah, I just cut that out. Let's just ignore that whole discussion that we had at the beginning. Always trying to cheat. Just trying to look at it. You don't want to take too much of my time, but I haven't opened a Frosthaven box to your exams done. Can you get my preliminary thoughts on it so far? I think it's very good. I think it's a very clear evolution of the Gloomhaven. I think I've used that too, or I'm about to reset it. It's a very clear evolution of the kind of Gloomhaven game. Adds a lot more stuff. Characters are pretty fun. I will say that there's it takes a bit getting used to like the balance and stuff. Like the game is, I would say the game is generally harder, and the scenarios are more complicated, definitely. The items are generally a bit weaker. Like the general balancing of the game is maybe a lot more in line with what Gloomhaven should have been, but wasn't. But yeah, it's been good. I'm enjoying it a lot. How's Trapper feeling? Your boyfriend is thinking of trying him out next, but he worries that the setup and planning could end up being a little slow for him. Does the class have the tools necessary to speed up their tempo? Well, you can place like 3 traps in a single turn, which can essentially mean that the enemy can do very little. You can block off entire sections of the scenario in your first turn. And then your second turn could just be actually utilizing those traps or actually upgrading them and moving them around. Like the Trapper to me doesn't necessarily attack very often. Usually you're kind of placing traps, you know, controlling the enemy, where you want them to be, all of that kind of good stuff. And then usually you kind of set things up to have 1 or 2 big turns where you go, right, all my traps are there. I'm going to trigger this trap. I'm going to trigger that trap. I'm going to throw this enemy into this trap. You kind of do it that way. So yeah, it does require setup, but I feel like pretty much all of the classes in Frosthaven require some level of setup. Like the number of classes that have like, oh yeah, you need to either play a passive ability or you need to gain a resource that your character uses in order to do something. Like most of the characters all have this problem where there is a problem. It's just a different playstyle, a slower playstyle, where you have this building up rather than immediately being able to like turn 1, come right out of the gates. I mean, there are a couple of characters that can probably come right out of the gates, but like the Drifter needs to spend at least 1 turn setting things up. You've got the Deathwalker, I needed to most of the time as well. Choose whether or not I'm playing Eclipse or Strength of the Abyss or whatever it was, the other one, Call of the Abyss. And then you've got the Bone Shaper. You know, you're going to be playing your summons, so that's going to be a turn off where you just play your summons pretty much. You've got the Blink Blade. You're going to have turns where you're going to have to go slow to get your time tokens back. You can probably do a little bit more with your slow turns than maybe other characters do with their setup turns, but still, you still have turns there. You know, Bannerspit's maybe the only one that doesn't, because if you sync everything up, you can just immediately go into formations. But, you know, formations aren't going to happen every time in every scenario, so yeah. And, you know, with these 2 characters, Deep Wraith, we need trophies. We need elements to be able to work well, so we can't really go from the first turn either. I just feel like it's a pretty common thing across most characters. So I don't feel like the Trapper is necessarily slower than many of the others. And it's more of a methodical build-up with the Trapper. Like, you'll enjoy a Trapper if you enjoy like trapping enemies, like forcing enemies to go certain routes. If you enjoyed playing Cragheart, I think you'll probably enjoy playing Trapper, because it gives you a very similar feel. Like, yeah, I'm chucking a trap down here, forcing the enemies to go to a different direction, but then I'm going to blow that trap up to do a bunch of damage to them. Then I can move through it and I can go on to another sort of area. My knee is doing better, BJ. Yeah, thanks, buddy. It's getting there. Okay, so maybe we don't short rest because I'm being dumb and I can't do what I thought I could do. Unless I've got a really good thing to short rest for. He doesn't have shield or anything, does he? It's just 14 health. And he's going to heal too every time, so we have to kind of do a decent amount of damage or poison. I could short rest.
Still trying my first run of Gloomhaven. Every unlocked character I watch parts of your guides. They are so helpful. Thanks for all the content.
Well, thank you so much for the Prime sub, birds. I really appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying Gloomhaven, enjoying the guides, and having some success. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. And for 2 months as well. Appreciate it. Welcome back. The quest continues, my friend. I hope you're enjoying your adventures in Gloomhaven. You guess we're going to need to kill a ruin machine? Probably at some point, yeah. Your biggest regret is not getting Frosthaven? I wouldn't worry about it too much. You'll definitely have an opportunity to get it. It's coming. Skewer the flesh, that's fine. Uh-oh. That's that big element one we were worried about. Do 2 damage on someone, most likely. Alright, Deep Wraith time. Teleport 4. And I guess I could immobilize everything. Not that it really matters in any way, but immobilize everything. Miniatures of Gloomhaven campaign coming in June. We have the opportunity to grab the second printing. Yeah, that's a great point. If you want to get in on then that's probably a good point to get it at a reasonable price, like a fair price. I don't know whether or not they will change the price for that compared to. I would imagine that it will probably be the price that they are selling it at retail today, though. I do know that going on right now, I believe, or was it last weekend or something? PAX was on, or is PAX on this week? I believe they're at PAX this week, selling Frosthaven as well. But it is at the, I guess it's at the retail price, which is about $250 US, I think, something like that. I don't know whether or not on the new Kickstarter, they'll be offering it at the price that it was on Kickstarter at the time. I find that probably quite unlikely. They'll probably just put it at the retail price and be like, hey, it's a guarantee for you to get yourself a copy at a retail price rather than like a scalping price. But Stealth Affair seem to have quite a few copies and have been selling them at every exhibition they've been to, so every convention. Okay. That gets us an XP. So next we were going to consume the dark to gain an XP. And we are going to attack for 3 with poison and wound onto the Chaos Lieutenant. No! Are you kidding me, dude? It's like the only thing that could go wrong. Okay. That is kind of brutal, actually. That's gonna make things much harder. Not much I can do about that. Okay, so he's going to be attacked for 5. And create every element. That's a shame. Would have been a good time to get the ruined machines out, huh? Right, now when I long rest, I can put a 1 damage trap out in an empty hex. Using all of my dice here. Muddle him. Oh yeah, I guess I could muddle him, couldn't I? I could have muddled him. That's true. Got rid of a +1. Okay. Right, Trapper is... need to get rid of a card, but then the Trapper is done. Snake Pit, I think. Okay. Invisibility is going to make this very easy for me, isn't it? So at the end of turn, he heals off the poison and the wound. He said in swing and miss with the heavy sword. I was almost going to use the heavy sword on that attack, but I felt like, no, what I'll do is I'll do it on the next one when I get poisoned, because I will play to my ×2. I thought, okay, well, what I'll do is I'll just poison him here, attack him, and then on the next turn, I will use Poison Vial, and I'm going to attack him, hopefully, for 4, with the poison 5, heavy sword 6. You know, I can dream a little bit here. Are we spawning one this round? No. Lefern, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the quest. Good to have you here. Welcome in. Trapper is in an interesting position of just maybe going early and kind of doing nothing. It feels a bit cheeky, but oh, what else do I do here? Do I just go invisible and then go really late next turn? You know? Just feels like kind of cheesy, but I mean, it does basically just win us the scenario, though, so... And the objective here is that I could get out with, yeah, potentially 2 ticks. That's a perk. Let's not, you know, do anything too crazy. Okay. So deep wave first. So we will teleport. I guess. I have to stay adjacent to the edges for my wallflower. And we will wound. We'll use Poison Vial. Poison. And then we'll use Black Scythe. Consuming Dark to attack for 4. With the Heavy Sword, 5. Gain an XP. And a Curse, of course. So we're attacking for 3, 4, 5 with the poison, 6. Five. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. The only problem is now is that my sources of poison are rapidly declining. I'm muddled? Why am I muddled? Well, did his ability have muddle on it? Oh, it's got innate. He's got innate muddle. Oh, okay. I knew it. I knew it. Mantle, I applied wound with Mantle that time. Because I figured I'll get 1 extra point of damage in, right? This could go wrong, like, because I could end up basically not really getting much out of it. Alright, Trapper's turn. So yeah, like, Trapper, I just feel like I'm being quite cheesy. Honestly, I'm literally just gonna go here, and then I think I'm just gonna go invisible. Or I just back off here and go invisible. It's just like I don't really have any incentive to do anything apart. Like, killing the Ruin Machines would be nice, but he's always going to do a heal action, right? Pretty much. I just need to kill him quick. I'll block it with the poison. Okay, so they're going to attack me for 6, right? Muddle. Nice. Okay. I mean, I don't think it matters because it's going to be gone anyway. This can't do anything. So end of turn, this drops off. So this is the important turn. I need to somehow do 7 damage this turn with my Deep Wraith, really. Which is not looking very likely, considering that I am muddled. You ain't looking good, Chief. We're going to get 1 more on the board as well. So he's going to heal 3 potentially. Push 2? Yeah, push 2 as well. This is a really important turn. Really, really important turn. But I don't think I can really... I don't think I can... I mean, I need to get some hell of a draw. I need one hell of a draw here. Chat. Oh, also, one character needs to take 2 damage, don't they? Because of the challenge. Time for stabby, stabby, stabby. I'm thinking so, but it's 2-2-2, right? There's no way for me to increase that. Maybe I should have waited with my poison until I had it for that card. But I wanted to block the heal that round. Because, like, I need to do 7 damage. I am muddled. And I'm doing 3 attacks. That means that I would have to draw a +1 on one of them, and then all the others I would have to get like +0, +0, or +1, +1. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would have to... The sequence that I would need to draw, especially considering I haven't done any modifications to my attack modifier deck yet, is pretty... You beat all the content that was available with Diablo 4 Beta, did I? I did, like, I would say... Oh, I mean, I did most of it. I didn't do all of the dungeons because... I mean, they got kind of samey. I did 2 of the strongholds, not all of the strongholds, but I did 2 of them. So I did a good amount. Like, I got a barbarian up to like 22. And I got, the sorceress up to 25. So this weekend I'll be playing Druid. We're going to need to kill the machines. Yeah, but killing all 3 is not something that's really in their wheelhouse, unfortunately. Like, I could kill 1. So we could short rest and we could go in with the stabby stabs and just try and do as much damage as possible. Then try and kill one of these, so then it only heals 4. I could go for like a late dismantle maybe? No, I don't even have dismantle. Got rid of it because for this scenario it didn't feel like it was worth it. I suppose I could do a push, couldn't I? That would work. 78 push. 3, 5. Sure. Okay, I think I have a turn. This could be interesting. We can maybe... We short rest again on the Deep Wraith. Just feels like a very cheesy scenario, this one, to me. Treasure chest looks shiny, too. I don't know if I'll be able to get that. 7 movement away. Yeah. The tile I'm using looks very odd. Is it outside Frosthaven? Yeah, so this is like in, this is the ancient Spire. So it's like in a, I guess you'd call it like a manufacturing facility. And it's a facility that's like run by like automatons and stuff. So essentially these little robots are being controlled by the Chaos Demon. This is his little control desk. And we need to kill him, so then they stop killing us, I guess. We need to do some raging against those machines and give the treasure. I don't know about getting the treasure key. I still don't... I'm not seeing it. Okay. Oh, that's the move 6, though. No, let's... We can't accidentally get rid of Stabby Stab. Just feels very much like I'm going for it and hoping for the best here, and I guess we find out. Okay. I think this is fine. So Deep Wraith first and foremost. We will teleport 3. We will consume a trophy and we'll heal ourselves up for 3. All right, here we go. Stabby stabs. So, I mean, we model him with that movement, let's say, to try and make it a little bit less bad on us, his attack. Because we're going to wound him anyway. So basically we're doing attack 2, attack 2, attack 2, unfortunately. That's all we get here. No other bonuses that we can apply. So we're going to get 2 XP. And we're going to do all 3 of these attack muddled. Yay! Yeah, unfortunately the teleport 6 was the one that I just had to get rid of on the short rest. Alright, wish us luck. We did draw some of the -1s already, but we need like one of these draws to be like net 1, right? And the others to be pretty much even. Bad start. I mean, we were never going to be taking the ×2 in that situation anyway, so it's fine. So that's just 1 damage onto the next draw. So 3 total damage now. Then this one we want +1/+1. Five. It was close. It's gonna go down to 1 and then he's gonna heal up for 2. Oh, you naughty lieutenant. Ugh. The good thing is we can keep applying wound, so, you know, that's a good thing. Oh, that kind of blows. I guess it is what it is. So Trafford's turn. We are maybe going to hopefully kill one of these. All right, attack 3, push 2. Four, 5. Push 2. Boom, boom. Feels like a bit of an overkill, but it gets it done. Okay. 1 health. So close. So it's going to do an attack of 5 with disadvantage against the Deep Wraith. One of these curses is going to have to be drawn at some point, right? I mean, didn't have to draw 2 in one go, though. Just saying. So that's the end of his turn. So at the end of the round, he is going to heal equal to the number of ruined machines, which is 2. So he is going to go up to 3 health and lose that wound. This model is going to kill me off, right? He's now going to somehow stabilize because of this model. I got no way of fighting it, really. It's going to be difficult for me to fight him. Have I unlocked any other characters? So these 2 are new characters. I unlocked the Snowflake as well. I haven't unlocked anything more since. Seems like the game went for a little bit of a flurry of unlocking things. And then kind of, at that point, it kind of slowed down. Just to kind of like, hey, here's a bunch of characters. So that there was some variety with the kind of first wave of retirements. And now it's slowed down again. I imagine I'll probably maybe get a couple more for like when I'm kind of probably around the same retirement age with these guys. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. He should be at 3, right? Sorry, I gave him an extra health there, did I? Should be 3. Trying to make the game harder for myself. I just double tapped. Next round. Okay. This round is hugely important. We need to hopefully just win. I really hope the 20 initiative is going to be good enough. I mean, I've got boost of speed to go on 10 if need be, but let's hope that we get it done. Let's hope that the model doesn't cause us to flip a miss, but we should be okay even if we draw a -2, I think we'll be fine. It's literally just the miss that's going to lose us the game. I could short rest to try and get my invisibility back on my trapper. Invisibility is just so broken in this scenario, actually. It just feels like I'm not doing anything, but like, I guess I could have picked up some more loot in this scenario, maybe, but I always feel like if you can clearly see the win, just take the win, you know? Take them easy wins sometimes. I don't have the poison attack. No, I lost it on the short rest, yeah. But to be honest, it's like, I would rather just try, if I can kill him here. Even if I was to miss, he would still go down to 2 and then up to 4. So it wouldn't be like the worst case in the world, because he would just be up to 4 health. Plus, I could maybe even, if I kill something here with my, if I somehow kill something with my trapper here, then that could change again. Although I don't feel like I haven't got enough traps on the board to do that, really. Just don't miss, you know? Just get good. Just get good. I mean, should I try and kill one? I mean... I guess what would happen if I drew... I could draw ×2? Oh, hang on. Oh, there's a line. Oh, no, there isn't, because I need the top and bottom of that card. No, there isn't. No, there isn't a line. It's basically if I flip a ×2, then yeah, something cool could happen, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I may as well just secure the loot. All right. Oh, I could get them to die here on my trapper though, couldn't I, huh? There's something. If the attack ability was performed, all adjacent enemies suffer trap damage and the ruin machine dies. I could just get them both to die. I think that's probably the play. But anyway, let's do the Chaos Demon first. So he's going to attack for 5 with Muddle, of course, on my Deep Brave. He's got Retaliate range 2 as well, which I don't think is going to make too much of a difference, but we'll see. Of course that's going to happen that way. So we burn a card on our Deep Wraith. That's actually quite bad, because we could now just lose. Maybe? Because we've burned all our cards. We are tapped out. This is basically it. Okay. Trapper time. Yeah, so I could let them kind of attack me and kill themselves, right? Yeah, and he won't heal. Yeah, he won't heal. Well, yeah, he won't heal at all. Well, he'll perform a heal with no value, right? But that still remove a rulebook time. It's been a while since I've had to do this. So would a heal 0 still remove poison or wound is the kind of question. Oh, should I have boots to go on 10 there? Oh, you're right. Maybe I should have boots to go on 10 to get the point of damage from the wound, right? Yeah, I think I probably should have. I wasn't concentrating there at all. But anyway, I'm kind of interested in what this rule is. Yeah, I should have gone on 10 there. For sure. It doesn't really matter because I was muddled anyway, but we can just get an extra point in with the wound. Where are you? Where are you? Rest conditions, here we go. Just says when the figure is healed. So I guess if the colloquially is when they are healed. If they heal 0, then they are not healed, right? Like it's not whenever you perform a heal action remove the poison. It is if you are healed, block the heal amount and remove poison. So same deal, right? Same deal with wound. If you don't actually heal anything, you don't remove. Anyway, let's do the Deep Breath's attack then, shall we? So we are attacking for 4, consuming the dark, and gaining ourselves a lovely XP. Look how much XP we get on the Deep Breath just by burning cards. Like, absolute crazy. Dead. I guess that means we wouldn't have had to have burned that card, but it's okay. Easy. We'll get that loot. I say easy. I was actually really low on cards there. Wrong character. Why does it think that should go on the trapper? Incorrect. There we go. So the trapper can just, yeah, the trapper doesn't need to do anything, really. Trapper's just going to go and get that loot. We will turn invisible so that we can't be targeted. Easy game. I mean, we don't get hardly any XP, but we get the double check marks, which is, like, I think that's worth it for sure. One metal. And that's it. I mean, we don't get the chest. I would love to have gotten the chest. Chest's actually pretty hard to get. Especially, like, because you got one mercenary almost needs to, like, ignore... Like, I guess the play would have been to ignore the Chaos Demon and just go and get the chest. I do feel a little bit bad that I've left it behind. But... You're gonna maybe leave behind a chest at some point. I was really tapped out. I had 4 cards left on my Deep Wraith, on my Lurker. I had a lot more cards, to be fair, left on my Trapper. We had 6 on our Trapper, so we're doing pretty well there. But that was fairly simple and straightforward, right? Success! The scenario is complete when the Chaos Lieutenant is dead. At the end of that round, reads 70.3. Nice shot one. Hard to imagine a Trapper ever getting only 2 XP on a scenario. Yeah, I just didn't. Like, I just went invisible. Just sort of cheesed the game a little bit. Which is always, it's always a little bit weird when you do that, but, you know, it's part of the game. It's part of the game.
It's over. The demon lies ruined beneath you, its life ebbing slowly out. But still, it speaks.
Your efforts mean nothing. Our machinations are ageless. We will gather our power and turn this world to us.
Its glossy eyes swivel toward the tower above, and a terrible smile curls over its face.
Even now, I can prepare to destroy you, mortal upstart, and your failed outpost.
The demon tries to laugh, but the effort pushes it over the edge. The creature's body swells and then sinks down, breaking its physical barriers and dissolving into a slick of prismatic fluid that seeps through the grates below you, leaving only a greasy smear behind. However, with the demon's passing, you notice that the machines, what few were still hanging on, suddenly drop to the floor, dormant. A connection, perhaps, between them and the infernal creature. Taking stock of the chamber again, you find 2 points worthy of inspection. First is a stairwell leading down, where a number of the automatons had been carrying their cargo when you first entered. Second, the beam of light. Standing close to it, you can feel its sickly energy radiating outward. And yet there is a warmth to it that is not entirely repellent. It's like some immense tropical waterfall flowing in reverse. Acting on a hunch, you grab a hunk of ruined machine from the floor and toss it into the light. It hovers there, begins to fall, and then vanishes from sight. A second later, you hear a soft metal clang from somewhere up above, and you understand. Teleportation magic is a fickle thing, but if you decide to investigate the upper levels of this tower, at least you now have a way up.
Oh. I think they've been playing like too much this like reminds me a lot of like most MMOs have it. I know Lost Ark has it, where you have like the tower of it gets more difficult the levels you go up. I'm pretty sure there's one in Final Fantasy as well, right? Final Fantasy Online. Pretty sure there's a tower in that where you go up in levels the more you do. The old magical tower. Hey, Gazar. Do I or anyone happen to remember what boat event outnumbered cards start in the boat deck? Well, I can tell you because I've only drawn one. I can tell you. Because my boat is here. Looks like maybe up to 13. Isn't there a thing in here? Did I put some rules in here? Where did it say to create the boat deck? I can't even remember where it said to create the boat deck. Rule sticker 4. I don't feel like I put too many more in. Or if any in. Maybe I did. Yeah, there was a sticker. But the sticker was not a rule sticker 4. Don't know if that helps, but rule sticker 4. Have a quick look for you now, bud. Rule sticker 4. I don't know where that sticker went. Did I even put it in? I must have done. Rules sticker 4, where are you? Oh, page 12. We found it. I don't mind helping. Nope, doesn't say. The rules sticker does not say. Where did that appear from then? Active. I mean, I don't know how many of these I've done, you see. I don't think I've done that many. I think I've only done maybe 2 at best. And from what I can tell, I think I've got... I think I've got all the way up to 13. And then I've resolved that one, yeah. That one, yeah. Yeah, it's up to 13. It's up to 13, bud. It's 1 to 13. It's gotta be. By process of elimination, has to be. See, I've kept all of the boat stuff in the boat envelope. Boat. Cool. What do we get for rewards for that scenario? We got a collective wood, a collective hide, a collective metal. 2 new scenarios, both of them linked. 23, Spire Basement, and Upper Spire 24. Ooh. Linky linky. Me likey linky. Ooh. Let me just get the 5 pages of this out. The billion pages of this. Right, let's do a little cleanup first, actually. Oh, we also got our check marks, which was nice. Whoop, whoop. Treasures? What? We didn't get no treasures. Oh, next round. Where's the win? No. Where's the win gone? Hello? What? You used to click here and it would say win. Where's it gone? Excuse me? Now it works. Okay. No, we're not in casual mode. Boom. Double ticks all round. And we got a perk on the guard perk deck. We got a challenge done. Both mercs level up if I go back. Maybe with the... Did the trapper level up? Yeah, just. They do. We would have to resolve an outpost. I mean, maybe that's a good idea to go back though, right? It's always nice to go back when you level up. We don't have to do a link. It just feels like Frosthaven kind of incentivizes you to not go back. But then every time we go back, it's another construction phase that we can do, which is also pretty good. Because we are trying to do that to retire our trapper as well. So we do actually have a lot of incentive to go back now. So yeah, maybe we will go back. Because we've got plenty of time today as well for, on the stream. So that gives us a lot of time to talk about the 2 cards and do that. So yeah, that's a good idea maybe. Click set edition and check campaign mode. Thank you. Maybe it when it updated, I think it might have like blanked a few of my settings or something. It's all good though. That loot will forever be unknown. That is completed. Go into our completed section of our challenges over here. That's good, that's done. Right, so I'm just gonna come back. Those were the flattest dungeon tiles I think I've had yet. Actually, we're really, really nicely flat. Mm-hmm. Oh. Ta-da! Spire basement. I like the way that we can either go up or down one floor. That's neat. Neat idea. More stickers. So we can decide to go back. I think we should really with what we've got going on. We also got a perk, I believe, on our trapper with that. Maybe with our deep wraith. That's a tough one. Replace maybe the -2? Or perhaps the one that says, whenever I enter a hex with a trap, you may choose to not spring the trap. Or a free 2 damage trap at the start of each scenario. The fact is you only get that bonus once though. It's like a one-time thing. Being able to just ignore traps and move through them would be quite nice. I don't really care about improving my attack modifier deck because, well, I mean, I just use traps. Did I win? Or did I win? We won. We very much won. What do we think? I am tempted by the whenever you enter a hex with a trap, you may choose to not spring the trap. To me, that feels very... We're going to get 2 perks here as well, because we've leveled up, so... I also really like the one that says replace 2+0 cards with 2+0, add 2 damage or 2 heal to a trap within range 2 of you. That's pretty cool, right? Because if you attack with like a push or a pull, and the intent is to push or pull them into that trap, you then immediately increase the damage a little bit. Seems quite good. Or if they're going to die anyway, you just increase like a heal trap next to you or something. The create traps when you actually attack is always a nice bonus. Yeah, do you think creating or do you think increasing? There's been a couple of situations where I wish I had been able to just move through without springing traps. Not many, though. Maybe we'll look at the cards, and then maybe we'll decide. If we get a nice attack card, maybe we'll get some more things on the attack. I pretty much know exactly what to do on the Deep Wraith, though. I want to improve my deck. It's just not good. We just need our deck to be better. Right, so let's go over here and just update the scenario tracker a second. '23 and '24. On the actual sheet itself, we got a second Pound Guard perk. Didn't put that on from last week, it looks like. We got... I feel like I should give the wood, metal, and hide to the characters because they really do need it. Okay. And then let's just quickly update this. I do need to update the kelp with all of the relevant information. Unfortunately, Dylan, who was the guy who put together my campaign spreadsheet, he had not unlocked the Deep Wraith in his campaign, so had basically not filled out this one character. I don't know if he's going to get around to it at some point, but at the moment, we don't have it. I'm not sure why I have 3 on there. Seems a bit much. I'll leave it for now. I had 0 on my other one, which is a bit weird. Yeah, that's good. We did get a new item, didn't we? We got that amulet. We got that, which is cool because we're now up to two small items, right? Attractive bracelet, 167. Okay, so that's the characters up to date on the spreadsheet. So we are going to go back to Gloomhaven then, and we will do ourselves a Outpost phase. And we'll do our level ups, all that good stuff. Where's my pencil? Okay. So this is 138.1. Okay, here we go, 138.1.
Just as you are settling in for the night, a shadow appears at the doorway to your longhouse. It's the Drifter.
It just felt different out there on my own.
The Drifter says, scratching their head.
I thought I could just go back to living out there on my own, but somehow my time here in this pitiful place has gotten to me. I found a home here, out amongst all you outcasts, and I'm not quite ready to give that up.
You get up to welcome them back into the group, but the Drifter waves you back.
I'm still done with that dangerous stuff, but I figure my crafting skills could be put to some use. You know I make all my own weapons and armor, right? Yeah, figure I could share some of my secrets with the craftsmen and help out around here. Is it alright if I still bunk with you all, though?
You rush forward and welcome them back with a hug.
I always feel like thematically this is a bit weird. Like, who rushes forward and welcomes them back? You know what I mean? Like, for me, the way that I see the campaign structure is that the Drifter retired. I was the Drifter, and I retired, and I created a new character. So me welcoming them back, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, these two characters never met. Like, these sets of characters never met, you know? It's kind of weird. It's like, oh, you welcome him back as if we're some kind of, like, omnipotent force that's... I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit weird. I don't... Like, welcome back, but it's a bit strange. We gain one random item blueprint, though, which is, you know, that's nothing to be sniffed at. Let's get that out. Is it these ones? I think it is. Yeah. The Deep Wraith and the Trapper technically did meet the Drifter when I unlocked them. I guess. You guys were roommates in college? Yeah. It's just like, I don't know, like, to me, it's a bit weird. Like, oh yeah, welcome back. It's like, the who? I don't know. Maybe not. All right, let's do this. Let's get a random item. So we get Scavenger's Magnet. It is a hand item. It says wood and metal to make, lumber metal to make. Small hand item. During your turn, consume earth to loot one adjacent loot token. It's kind of a cool little item. I don't think it's like particularly... I mean, it's something that maybe we could pick up on a character, maybe, but I don't know. Like, consuming the earth, you have to have a very specific character for that, right? If you have that element kicking around, I guess it's probably worth it. Not one of the better ones for us, though, right now at least. 056. Where are you? All right. Well, that goes into the craftable supply, I guess. It's something. Then we need to do a winter outpost events. And we have number 17. 17. What would be cool is if like when the Drifter comes back, it would have been cool if he gave us like plus defense or something. Like he's like, yeah, I'll defend the camp. I wonder if certain mercenaries might do something like that. That'd be cool. Okay, number 17.
Creaking into harbour comes a derelict ship with shredded sails. No one answers your hails, and the dock workers won't board for a superstitious fear of the ghost lurker, an ethereal monster that pillages ships and leaves them to drift into rocky cliffsides.
Not this guy again.
So then, it's up to you. The ship itself is totally unoccupied. One of the rowboats is missing, but a ship of this size would need both to safely evacuate the crew. The page in the captain's log that would detail the last hours of the ship has been torn out, and instead there is a hastily scrawled note in shaky block letters. Burn it. Most unusually, the ship's entire supply of lamp oil has been spilled on the decks. The cargo manifest shows 8 crates of unknown origin being brought to the capital. A look below decks shows just 1 crate on board, sealed with a black tar on all sides. You try to move it, but realize it has been bolted to the hull. Option A, open the crate. Option B, set fire to the ship.
Which option? Option A, open the crate, or option B, set fire to the ship? Scary crate, everyone. Option hell no. Yeah. Well, I should maybe have put an option C up. You guys all would have voted for it. We would have got nowhere, though. Open it? You can't just not open it? You can just burn it. That is option B. Yeah. And, you know, sometimes maybe you should do what's best. The ship's entire supply of lamp oil has been spilled on the decks. Interesting. This is a spooky one. I like it. Very spooky. What are we going to do? Super spooky crate. Option A, just open the crates. Oh dear, I don't like them. Okay then.
Against the warnings of the superstitious dock workers, you carefully pry open the crate. The interior is lacquered and totally clean, as though someone had soaked and scrubbed the inside with a fine brush. A small cracked egg sits at the center. You're not sure what it would have hatched into, but it's clear this one didn't survive.
Oh. Uh-oh. Add 115.1 to the calendar in 1 week. Uh-oh. Oh, it's going to be a busy old time going into winter. We got like so many calendar events to resolve. I don't like that. Is it got out? Is it a bit like Alien or something? Or it's like hatched? It's already hatched? Uh-oh. Hey, Shadow. Thank you so much for coming back, buddy. 23 months with the Prime. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. The quest continues, my friend. Good to have you back. Hope you're doing awesome. Nearly a full year. Yeah? 2 years. Nearly a full 2 years. Yes, I can count. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Probably another spooky rock. It was a spooky, weird egg, and I don't like where it's going. Especially the fact it's like, hey, you should add a calendar event. Maybe not. Something tells me that we will get a not so nice option. Maybe next time. Anyway, so that is all of the events and stuff done. So we can go to downtime. Hooray! So we can level up our characters. Woof, woof. Let us take a look at level 3 for our trapper. Stick the webcam back on. We'll also do our 2 perks before we forget as well. So we have extra teeth. Try and straighten this up for you. I didn't realize it was so bent. Okay. Extra teeth and pyrotechnics. Extra teeth says create 1 5 damage trap in an empty hex within range 3. That's the biggest trap that we can make independently so far. Like, we have a way to convert 1 trap into a 5 damage wound trap, but it's an adjacent trap and there has to be a trap there to begin with. This actually allows us to just straight up create a 5 damage trap. Pretty nice. 1 XP, 22 initiative, that's pretty good. It's in line with some of our other trap initiatives. Move 2, destroy all adjacent traps to create a trap in an empty hex within range 2 that has the effects of all of the destroyed traps added together. The new trap cannot apply the same condition more than once. What? I mean, what would it matter if it could? That's weird. Like, you know, 2 lots of wounds don't just suddenly mean that, yeah. I don't know. Weird. But that's pretty neat. Oh, I guess curse, right? If there was a curse trap, maybe? Maybe that's it. Multiple curses or blesses? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a good point. Didn't think about that. I mean, that's really nice. Because we kind of have that problem where we might play like caltrops to just put a load of 1 damage out, and then we're like, do we really want to pull an enemy into a 1 damage trap? Just feels a bit meh. But now we could keep caltrops up, then we could essentially combine them all into mega trap and then pull an enemy into the mega trap. I like it. That with dismantle, oh yeah. Oh, that would be super sweet. You could just make the mega trap and then just throw it. I like it. Pyrotechnics is create 1 heal 3, strengthen and bless trap in an adjacent empty hex. Pretty nice. However, most of our sort of our positive traps have been on the bottom of our cards up to now, and this is on the top. You know, top is quite a premium slot. You know, we are going to be looking to put aggressive traps out, so it does take up a position. However, heal 3, strengthen and bless is very good. Like, think about just doing that at the end of a room or something, just chucking that down, and even yourself just walking into it. I guess the thing is that you probably don't get the best use out of the strengthen because you attack fairly infrequently, but wouldn't be a bad thing to give to our kelp. Wouldn't be a bad thing. Also gets an XP, 80 initiative, a usable late initiative there. So, I mean, these 2 initiatives are pretty similar, really, in terms of what they achieve. You want to go pretty early, you want to go pretty late. They both kind of fit the same kind of role. Move 3 Increase the damage or heal value of the next trap you create this round by 3. Ooh. So that would allow us to create... So that would, like, for example, with Boar Catcher, we can make like a 7 damage trap. It's kind of neat. Interesting. This is a tough choice. Why heal when we kill? Well, we need to have like a balanced team, you see, as well. So part of this is also that we need to have a balanced team. Both for solid, you took Pyro for bottom 7 damage trap, turn 1. Yeah. This is really tough. I mean, you'd think the extra teeth would be like the natural choice here. You'd be like, yeah, well, get a 5 damage trap. It's a strict upgrade on any of our other cards that we're more than happy to play with. It's also range 3 rather than range 2, gives it a little bit more flexibility. The bottom is also really nice if we go super wide with traps, which I have found myself doing. I have found myself going pretty wide with traps. Like, I'm really enjoying just playing like Caltrops on the first turn, and then maybe playing like a Bless or something on the bottom. But you wouldn't really want to destroy, you know, your positive traps and your negative traps. You just want to show either or, right? Bottom could turn even a Caltrop into a 4. Yeah, I mean, turn 1 Caltrops is not... It works fairly well on that too, right? It would be a 4 and a 1. Stack them in the right kind of area. This is a really, really tough decision. This is really tough. I think that they're both pretty excellent for different reasons. Like, the bottom of Pyrotechnics might, like, as everyone's saying, that they were playing it for the bottom, is really the super secret kind of like just good ability. It's just a good ability. You don't have to play it the same turn either. You could just play this and then on the following turn you can make a trap. Oh, it says this round, sorry. It does say this round. Sorry. I thought it was a persistent that stayed out until you played a trap. Sorry, it does say this round. Not quite as good as that. Bottom of Teeth combos with the perk. Free trap start of the scenario. It does. Tough call. Do I want some more heal? Probably. I mean, having more heal is not a bad thing. Just having it, like, you know, on the back burner. Pass MQ and guides, if 2 level ups are fairly equal, go initiative for tiebreaker. Yeah, generally. But these are both very similar in initiative as well. In terms of like usage, right? I feel like I've got a fairly decent set of early initiatives already. And I am actually missing 1 late initiative. I've got 60s, which are pretty good. But I am missing, because like that's going away. We're not using that again. So my latest initiative at the moment is 72. Then we got like 68. 62, 58, right? Earliest initiatives, we have 25, 20, and 18. So we are kind of missing like 1 late initiative. But the thing is the Pyrotechnics bottom will only combo with will only combo with a top that plays a trap, right? So it will only combo with 25 initiative caltrops. It will only combo with potentially 20 initiative boar catcher. It will only pair with maybe snake pit, 47. I mean, that would be quite good. It would create a 6 damage immobilized trap. So like there's the very particular cards that Pyrotechnics combos with. One of them will be taking away an early initiative from me anyway, and I guess Snake Pit, making it go late, is probably beneficial. The other good thing with Pyrotechnics, though, is that if realistically we do really well, we can just chuck this down and then just immediately walk into it with a bottom action if we want. Just to basically get a heal 3, get 1 XP and a bless. Like, it's not bad. It's a very good filler action when you don't really have anything to do. Being able to just go, okay, well, I'll just chuck this trap down. I'll get an XP. I'll maybe heal myself for 3. Seems good, right? You can make a big trap with scenario traps. To be honest, though, we've only had 1 scenario with traps in it already. So, I mean, I don't think you can depend on that. I felt like scenario traps are going to exist, but I really wouldn't lump it in with that and thinking that, oh yeah, that's going to make a big difference, because it's going to be so swingy scenario based. I think I might take Pyrotechnics. As fun as Extra Teeth seems to be, I would love to just like destroy a bunch of stuff and just like throw 1 big trap. That doesn't seem to be like the way I've been playing. I've been playing tricky. I've been playing more control-y, and I feel like Pyrotechnics gives me another little kind of control element. Another trap, a positive trap this time, and gives me a way to increase the damage of one of my existing, like, pretty decent traps. The funny thing is that you kind of want both of these cards, right? I mean, imagine if you... I mean, I don't know what level 4 is like, but imagine if we come back and take Extra Teeth instead of the level 4s. And then suddenly we're like... We're creating an 8 damage trap. I think I'm going to take Pyrotechnics. Tough choice, though. I feel like Extra Teeth is the fun card, but unfortunately, when I'm playing 2-player, I don't always have the luxury of playing just the fun card. So... Unfortunately for me, a lot of the time it's, oh, you actually need to just play good cards, right? So with that in mind, what should we do about our perks then? I feel like we pretty much stay the same, right? Nine card hand is rough too to fit it all in. Yeah, absolutely. You know, you don't want too many cards that make traps. You want like versatile actions as well. And I feel like the bottom action of that was much better than the bottom action of Pyrotechnics. I think is actually probably better than the bottom action of Teeth, just because of the way it was, just because of the way that it allows us to like scale up some of our other traps that we're going to be using a lot anyway. And sometimes you want destroying all of the traps to just create 1 mega trap sounds fun, but it could blow you out. You know, suddenly, oh, now you've done that, there is loads of different pathways for the enemies to get to you, right? You know, you lose that element of control because you've now just thrown it all out of the window to do 1 big attack. So it's cool, but I feel like if you're playing 4-player, something like that might be cooler, because in 4-player, there's going to be limited board space, so your traps are going to become more of a hindrance. So you're probably going to want to focus more on 1 really, really big trap, rather than necessarily focusing on going wide if you're playing like 4-player. In that situation, I can absolutely see, okay, maybe it's better here for us to just focus on one big trap. And maybe you could make an argument that to everyone, give me one turn to just flood the board with traps. Then on the next turn, I'll destroy them and throw them. Or you have that one big trap that you just put down behind the enemy and somebody else pushes them into it or something. Like very simple, big damage trap. I think they're both cool. Definitely, Banker, they're definitely both cool. Okay, so what should we do then? I feel like we've just taken a card that does not have jump on it. So I feel like this perk is a given. And then maybe we just get rid of the boring card, but it's good. Or maybe we just get this. Let's just get this because it's fun. Might be wrong to do, but let's get that because it's fun. Okay, deep breath time. Guess utility is better. I think, like, if I can stack... Also, the top of that of Pyrotechnics is pretty good for just, like, room entering, right? We can just put that trap near the door. Deep Wraith could just walk through it. The problem is that Teleport doesn't really work very nicely with traps, really, because we're not walking through them. We are teleporting directly to things. So, like, honestly, we might be looking for something here at level 3 that will help us a little bit more with that. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. It looks like more teleport, but... I am seeing something very strong right now, immediately. Okay, so we've got Crippling Terror. Is an attack 4, target 2. Consume a trophy to add push 2, immobilize to the attack. 2 XP. Obviously very strong with our Trapper combo. So potentially Crippling Terror could be new MVP. Seems very, very good. Like we'll absolutely like set up a boss or something with some traps around them. Boom. My stream music is always peak chill. I try and, yeah, I do try and have like a nice relaxing atmosphere. Although sometimes things get a bit hectic. Create Dark as well. Element that's very useful for us. Can't see. Oh, sorry. They're too high. Whoops. Oh, wow. Yeah, I tilted that way too much when I adjusted it earlier, huh? There. That's a bit better. I can move them a little bit higher up. There you go. Okay. So Crippling Terror, attack 4, target 2, consume the trophy to get push 2 and immobilize, create dark. Strong ability within itself, but doubly strong because we were looking for some way to interact with our other character. And now we found it, push. We needed something like a push or a pull or something like that. Just some way that our Deep Wraith could help with triggering traps. And we found it. It is a burn, so not the best, but attack 4 on 2 things. If we can get some form of advantage as well on that, could be very, very strong. The 15 initiative, nice and early as well. Not our earliest, but will be pretty much our earliest. I think we got a 14, so it'll be one of our earliest initiatives. Teleport 3. You and all allies add Pierce 3 to all your attacks this round, targeting enemies within range 2 of yourself that have any negative conditions. So a nice way potentially of getting around shield. So poison, then give everybody Pierce 3. Looks really, really well with lacerating stabs, essentially. So stabby, stabby. We could in theory, we could teleport in. We could give either like give the model or wound or whatever it is that we wanted to do. That would give him a negative condition if we were using our active. Or with lacerating stabs, just after the first attack, we would then have applied a negative condition. So then basically we would get more. Pretty cool, I think. Pretty cool. The next one is Pinning Spines, which is attack 1, disarm. Attack 1, immobilize. 25 initiative. The bottom is immobilize all within range 5. It's a burn. All enemies that have immobilized suffer 2 damage. That's pretty damn good as well. 1 XP burn. So pick your poison here, really. I mean, this is a reusable disarm ability on 25 initiative. Know how we feel about those. It's pretty good. 25 initiative is not like the earliest. You know, you'd like to see it on something like a 15, but 25 we can take it. And we actually have boots, so we could lower our initiative if needed, maybe to get to that kind of 15 range. I think that the idea here would be that you would go maybe late, teleport in, do some damage to an enemy. Then on the next turn, we would go early. We would disarm one enemy. We would immobilize maybe another enemy, and then we would teleport away. And then we've kind of managed to control the enemies over those turns. That gives us some really nice back-to-back control that we can use. It's obviously only an attack 1, and our character is pretty weak at attacking. It doesn't feel like we're massively strong. This is a tough decision between the two. I really like Crippling Terror Top because it has so much fun interaction and it gives us a combo with our Trapper, which is something that we don't necessarily need, but I think it would make it a lot more fun when we can set all this stuff up, right? The bottom of Crippling Terror is also decent and has some situationally good use that I'm sure will come into play at some point. Won't always be useful, but in certain situations it's going to be really good. So, you know, that's a pretty good hallmark of a card. And even if the bottom is not useful for some reason, you know, the teleport 3 on 15 initiative is just playable anyway. So that's absolutely fine. So you're not losing out here by taking this card and not using the top for a little while. Still got a very usable move, if anything else. But Pinning Spines is, you know, what we would call premium top grade control. You don't get this very often in Frosthaven. You know, maybe now that we're getting more and more characters unlocked, maybe we're seeing more and more, but it is very, very good. Really, really good. And by good Gloomhaven standards, realistically, Pinning Spines would be the pick here every single time. Because the control that this card gives you will make the game so much easier for you. Like, so much easier for you. The bottom as well is actually pretty decent in terms of a burn and could, in theory, almost control an entire room up, depending on the enemy type that you're facing, but could do a very good job of that and give them a bunch of, you know, do 2 damage to everything in the sort of process. Like on average, this is probably going to be like immobilizing maybe 3 to 4 things. You know, that's still like 6 to 8 damage on a burn, true damage as well. It goes through shields and what have you. Pretty good. I feel like this is a very tough call. We already have a couple of really good burns on our character that we're enjoying playing with. I don't think this is easy. Pinning works better with Skull Collection and Poison. Yeah, to get the to make the attack 1s a little bit more impactful. Sure. Yeah. Enemies will always shield self at 26 initiative when you play Pinning Spines. Maybe. Another toughie. There isn't a clear-cut victor here. I think if I didn't have any, if I wasn't playing the Trapper here, so we weren't thinking about, oh, we got cool ways to interact with traps, I think Crippling Terror would probably not be worth it. Crippling Terror just, although it has that control ability, like where it's really going to shine is that I'm going to be able to push 2 enemies through some high damage traps and they're just going to melt. You know, we can kill one thing, control another thing while doing damage. Very, very impactful turn, you know, just super impactful. If, however, we didn't have that, we didn't have the combination with the traps, then realistically, it's, you know, 8 damage for a burn with some controls stuck on. It is certainly on the, I would say, the upper levels of what a kind of burn attack can be, especially in Frosthaven terms. I think it's up there as a very strong burn attack. But is it worth having a card like that instead of having a card like Pinning Spines, which is going to be really, really reliable for you to disarm something, immobilize something, move away. It buys you time. So it kind of depends on playstyle. This is tough. You really like how in Frosthaven the level up choices tend to be really difficult, whereas in the previous game it was a bit easier. Yeah, I also feel like with some of the more complicated characters as well, I feel like with Deep Wraith, I feel less like there's a very intentional build or not. Like you can go Skull Collection, sure. I feel like that's like a thing. Are you playing Skull Collection? Are you not playing Skull Collection, right? Are you playing this card or are you not, right? If you're playing Skull Collection, then realistically you want ways to get more trophies. You want to keep that trophy economy coming. So you're always going to look at ways that you can bane something, poison something, wound something, and maybe do you know, decent attacks yourself to try and kill things. You're always going to be looking at that as an option. You're trying to get trophies and you're going to be spending those trophies pretty regularly. But the other kind of option is like, okay, well, we don't really use trophies as much. We use trophies a little bit because I don't think any build is completely devoid of using trophies. Use trophies a little bit, but maybe you lean a little bit more on the element generation side of the character, using that element alongside. Maybe you use a little bit more of the invisibility stuff or something like that. But it doesn't, to me, this character does not feel, at the moment at least, like there's 2 clearly defined, like, oh, you take this card if you're doing this build, and you take this card if you're doing this build. It felt very much like with the Deathwalker, there was a clear choice. You're playing this build, you do this. You're playing this build, you do this. Not necessarily that one was stronger than the other. It was just, yeah, this is the way I'm enjoying playing the character. I'm going to go this way. And Drifter, exactly the same as well. Are you playing ranged? Are you playing melee? Are you playing this type of character or not? Okay, this one or this one. Pretty clear decisions at the different points. The thing with Trapper is that Trapper is like, well, you can have more damage, or you can either have more positive heals, positive effects, or you can have maybe more negative effects. But realistically, you don't want just all negative traps or damage traps, and you probably don't want all positive either. You do want a mix, so you probably end up just taking the best of both, you know? Who's going to get the pull small item? It's gone to the Deep Wraith. So the Deep Wraith could... Remember, the pull small item though is not on the Deep Wraith's turn, it is on the enemy's turn. So on the enemy's turn, you can choose to pull them. So it kind of like works a little bit weird. I'm going to go out on a bit of a limb here, and I'm going to do something that I don't usually do. And I usually take all of the cards that have disarm on them, because they're just good. I mean, this card is just good. I'm playing Methodical Frosthaven, Methodical Gloomhaven. You will be able to win lots of scenarios with this card, and it will get you out of trouble, and it will be a card that you will lean on a lot. You will probably short rest for this card. I will not be short resting for Crippling Terror, but I feel like Crippling Terror is the more fun card. It works really well with my Trapper. I'm liking, at the moment, my Deep Wraith as being a bit of a, sort of like a slow character who kind of like, yeah, the first few rounds, I'm not doing a huge amount. I'm setting up some wounds maybe, spreading some wounds out. And then once we get to like the final room, the final kind of like sprint, I'm just like, right, burn, 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 burn. And I just burn a bunch of stuff and they just get to like, just go crazy for like a few turns. And then they're like, right, exhausted. And I quite like the way of playing that. It's been fun. So I think I'm going to choose Crippling Terror, which is really against my usual tendencies, I think. But I want to play with the fun card, and it combos so well with my other character that it just has to be. Very cool. So I've got to work out what card to get rid of, but I'll work that out next time, I think. Okay, in terms of crafting then, do we now need to craft something? I feel like we can maybe craft... Oh, do we have a head slot item that's any good? Need a head slot item for our Deep Wraith. Something cheap and easy. Maybe we just use Spyglass. I like that. I think we got one metal, right? Yeah. What number's that? 1. Number 1. Perks on the Deep Wraith. I already did the perks on the Deep Wraith. Basically, just removing some of the nasty cards. The thing that I'm struggling with the Deep Wraith at the moment is I'm drawing too many -1s. Like, it's very clear to me that the Deep Wraith is my character who is attacking a lot, and it's very obvious that my lack of advantage, which we're going to try and solve a little bit here with this, but my lack of advantage and my lack of improving my attack modifier deck with my first 2 perks has really hurt me. This was something that I identified a lot when I was initially reviewing all of the new perks that were released. What it spoke to me is that level 1 attack modifier deck sucks. It really does suck. And with all of these really nice, cool perks that give you some extra non-attack modifier deck bonus, they're really cool and they seem powerful, but what it means is that your characters are going to have a very bad attack modifier deck for longer, because those perks you would initially invest on, right, straight away get rid of the -2, straight away you start getting rid of my -1s. You're now, oh no, I'm going to keep that and I'm going to go for something else, which means that you're going to be drawing that -2 more often. Now is -1s. You know, the length of time that they are in your deck is longer, and I really felt that with this character, definitely. So for me, I want to get rid of them. I want to move past it because this character is flipping a bunch of cards, and I'm not really happy with the cards I'm flipping. That's for sure. I don't think there's anything more that I get because I've got the small items now. Like, I'm very happy with what I have. Is there anything? I don't actually have a slot free on anybody now, do I? Oh, I have a head slot free on the Trapper. I guess I could maybe get the other Spyglass with the Trapper, right? Yeah, we could do that. We got metal. Where are you, other spyglass? Aha, there you are. A spyglass each. Seems pretty reasonable to me. Herbs, we don't want to do any potion stuff right now, I don't think. Oh, I didn't do building operations, did I? I skipped building operations. I can't do anything. I don't have any gold. But what I could have done is I could plant some stuff in the garden, right? So plant herbs, rotate this card 180 degrees, then stop. So let me get the rule book out. I'm pretty sure we just get to choose what we want and put it in, right? Planting herbs. I completely skipped the most important thing. Okay. We can spend a herb resource to affix a matching sticker to the plot. The garden starts with only one plot. Okay, so we need to choose one to plant. What one do we want to get more of? I suppose right now, probably like rockroot or something. The next potion that I would quite like, maybe muscle potions. So do we need axe nuts? Oh, we've got axe nuts already. Arrow vines, what does that get us? Arrow vine's pretty good. Gets us more stamina potions, healing potions, power potions, element potion. Yeah, let's go arrow vine. It just gets us a lot of the hits, you know, the classic hits. So we're going to do arrow vine. This is so funny. I need to get the board, I guess. Okay. And then we're going to rotate this 180 degrees. Definitely arrow vine, right? Yeah. I feel like this might be my favorite thing about Frosthaven. Like, no joke. I feel like this might be it. Like, what other game do you have where you can do something cool like this? Where you get, like, you plant this and it's going to give me a herb. Next time, then it's going to come back and give you another herb. Like, I mean, it's such a cool system. In terms of all of the, like, the new legacy style mechanics that they have added, I felt like this might be the best. Wrong spot? What do you mean? L3. Oh, I had to put it. Oh, shoot. Did I have to put it over the? I thought I got a new sticker though. Saved it. It has to go over this. That would make more sense. I saved it. Just about. Oh, heart attack. There's other really cool stuff in Frosthaven, yeah, but are they as cool as being able to plant and grow your own herbs? There's nothing more exciting than that. I think you'll find. Right, we're done with everything now, so we'll go construction. And we will upgrade something, because we don't have enough money to actually do anything. Let's get a...
Nice.
Let's upgrade the old mining camp, shall we? So that's going to cost us 6 wood, 3 metal, 2 hide. 6 wood, 3 metal, 2 hide. And we will get mining camp level 2. Mining camp level 2. Level 2. You're gonna remember this moment. My hot take. Oh, the sticker split into 2. Ugh. Damn it. Actually, this one should be fairly easy considering that it's a bit bigger and I've got the other one as a guide, so pretty much fits right over the original. That's not quite right. Close, but no cigar. There you go, that's better. Yeah, there it is. Here it is. Oops. Come on. Gotta line up that table leg. Yeah. Nice. Mining camp level 2. And we gain 1 prosperity and we need to read 49.2. Okay, 49.2. I have a lot of resources. I did. So in the Frosthaven supply, I have now dwindled a bit. But I've got 2 lumber, 3 metal, and 18 hide right now. Don't know why, but hide doesn't seem to be something that we've really used. I was planning on using the hide to repair everything when it broke, but we haven't really had anything break. Which I guess is nice. But we are going to have to start finding resources again. These are all basically left over from my other party. And we've just been using them. $49.2. Let's have a listen.
With the mining camp expanded, more ore and minerals will be available to Frosthaven. You admire the refinery and then venture into the tunnels themselves, using a handcart to make your way deep underground, hoping to discover some veins of copper. Chipping away at a rock, your pickaxe strikes against something as strong as Valrath steel. Your hand is suddenly seized by another, the lithic digits encasing your wrist as the rest of the Savas emerges from the crumbling wall. As a being of the elements, its face twists between expressions like boiling lava. Its body flows and then ceases flowing all at once, growing rigid with barely contained power.
Who dares disturb my slumber?
I'm sorry, Craig.
Rumbles. Then the Savas laughs, a crackling fire sound.
I am in jest. I sensed your presence the instant these tunnels were blasted open. I have been waiting for you to prove your fortitude since. Now that we have met, you will allow me to join your party. To prove my mastery over the element of magma, I must put my abilities to a true test in the field.
That doesn't sound like much of a choice, but having a powerful ally could never be a bad thing.
Unlock class. Unlock Meteor class box. Ooh, we've ended on a spicy one. We've ended on a spicy one. Ooh. I had no clue that was going to happen. Do we take a sneak peek? Oh, I haven't got loads of time left, but I have a sneak. We're gonna sneak a peek. We're gonna sneak a peek. Oh, sneak a peek. Fun fact: this class today is capable of dealing 4,100 plus damage in one attack. Oh, well, that seems balanced. Breaking the seal. I can't get it open. I'm trying to get it open without breaking it too much. Oh, baby. Oh, there's some big tokens. Oh, there's some big tokens. The Pyroclast. Savas Pyroclast. Oh, baby. Now that is a cool looking character, huh? Hell yeah. Class notes. You can create many hazardous terrain and obstacle tiles to damage and impede your enemies. What? When creating multiple overlay tiles, you are not required to create the maximum number indicated on the ability. Like any other class, the Pyroclast cannot create obstacles in hexes that would block off parts of the map. There can never be more than 6 hexes of hazardous terrain you created on the map at any one time. If you would create a 7th, first remove any of the existing hazardous terrain that you have created, okay? You You have many abilities with mandatory persistent bonuses. Unlike other classes who can move cards with persistent bonuses to their discard pile or lost pile if the action has a lost icon whenever they want, you can only do so for cards with mandatory persistent bonuses at the start of your rests. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what that implies right now, but sure. Where's Craig? We need a reaction. Is this just Craig 2.0? But hazardous terrain instead of obstacles? Dude, I'm loving the graphic design on this character. Look at this. Cool. Look at the other side. Ooh. Savas go to extreme lengths to exert their power over the elements. Some cast themselves into active volcanoes, where they are either destroyed or become one with the raw power of the magma, emerging as a pyroclast. A living embodiment of the chaotic and destructive force of flowing lava, no one can question their power then. Complexity 3 out of 5. The different stats, so that we're pretty high on melee, a little bit of defense, control, very high. Probably because of all of the chucking stuff on the board, generally. Same with the Trapper. Trapper had also very high control stat. Elemental affinities, fire and earth. That's not bad. Maybe we have a look at a few of these cards very, very briefly. I don't want to go into detail with this character right now, but... cooling. Replace one hex hazardous terrain tile in an occupied hex within range 4 with one hex obstacle tile. One enemies adjacent to that tile suffer 2 damage. Pretty cool. Oh, I see. So thematically, it's like we're putting hazardous terrain down, which is the magma, and then cooling would be turning it into rock because it's set and it becomes an obstacle. Okay, I like that. Quenched Rage, push 3. Double the damage inflicted by any hazardous terrain the target moved through. Then, regardless of your line of sight, replace those hazardous terrain tiles with obstacle tiles. What? That's broken, dude. Can you update my username to mandatory persistent bonuses now? Mandatory quests is a little outdated. Yeah. Sure, why not? It's got a certain ring to it. Flowing Fire. Create hazardous terrain in each empty red hex of the attack ability. Move 6. But now and at the start of your next 2 turns. So, okay, so this is the mandatory persistence thing. So that you don't get away with it. What? Okay, Eruption, Burn. Create one hex obstacle tile in an empty hex within range 5. Create 1 hex hazardous terrain tiles in all occupied featureless hexes adjacent to the obstacle. Those figures in those hexes suffer 4 damage. That's crazy cool. Alright, this character looks amazing. Alright, I don't want to get too into it, but needless to say, this character looks insane. Yeah, this looks like my kind of character. Holy cow. It's got a bit of everything. Where's the, where's Unstable Upheaval 2.0? Come on. Show me. Oh. Maybe later. I'll have fun with this one. I mean, I kind of wish that I'd unlocked this before I rolled my 2 new characters now, because this will be a slam dunk pick. Well, we've got something to look forward to. Let's retire our characters super fast. Sure, you can imagine doubling the value of an attack plus brittle plus bless can really get insane very fast. Yeah. There's some really cool things about this character. Oh, man. What about the perks? What are the perks like? Special perks. Whenever you long rest, you may destroy one adjacent obstacle to gain ward. Whenever you short rest, you may consume fire to perform wound range 1, enemy occupying or adjacent to hazardous terrain. 3 ticks, you and all allies are unaffected by hazardous terrain you create. So I'm guessing going to be pretty important in a 4-person party. But that's 3 ticks. 3 check marks. Ooh. Tokens are super cool as well, like that. 10 card hand, by the way, and health. It's not bad, but it's not great. Starting health of 8. Okay, that's definitely a character that we will be keeping our eye on, and we'll be looking to hopefully play sometime soon. Let me update the spreadsheet a little bit. Trap is technically 5 of 12. We're getting there. We're nearly halfway there. Kelp as well. We might be able to rush Kelp retirement at some point. I mean, I don't want to necessarily completely rush these characters out the door, because I think like I sort of found my rhythm a little bit in the last 2 scenarios with these 2, so. And we just, I wouldn't mind getting like a couple of levels on them. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is stickers. Let's put the new floors on the Ancient Spire. We'll probably just go back, I think, to Ancient Spire next time. Either do the basement maybe, or do the next floor up. Oh, basement is super cool. That was a nice surprise. I was not expecting to unlock a character today. We were literally talking about it earlier, like, hey, it slowed down a little bit. Nope. Oh, dear. Gotta be careful there. That's a little bit better. Don't want to have a wonky tower, chat. Don't want to have a wonky tower. Could always just add the pyro in and bump up to a 3-man party. Yeah, I could do, but I've said it before. I don't really want to play 3 characters on stream. It's just too much for me. I can, like, this is like the perfect time for me in terms of like the amount of time that I can stream. We can play 2 characters, we can play 1 scenario, we can play, do the Outpost phase at the end, and like it wraps very nicely as a single game session, and I can waffle on for a bit and we don't like go too late, and that's like a big plus for me, and I can just concentrate on playing 2 characters well, maybe rather than maybe playing 3 characters averagely. Cool. Well then, I think that will wrap up today's stream and today's session, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you had fun. We are onwards and upwards with our new characters and our new levels and stuff like that. That's really cool. Good session. Easy scenario in the end. When I say easy, it wasn't necessarily easy. We needed, we needed to figure it out, and we needed a few things to go our way. We needed to not get really unlucky in a couple of key spots, because if we did, then we would have just lost. So I very much gambled, and it paid off. So, that's great. But it could have gone the other way. Didn't today, which was nice.
I think so. Yeah.
That's the blessing from Comet.
Yeah.
That's the blessing from.
Isaac, at this point, can we get your approval to add an additional attack modifier deck for allies in the digital version?